What is up, everyone? JD here. I hope you're all doing well. Today, we're going to be going through my top carry knives of the week. Let's get into it. All right, so we're going to kick it off with my carry from Monday. I had the Civivi Sikoki in the pocket. Really still one of my favorite releases this year in the budget realm. You got 14C28N, you have micarta or G10. They do have a Damascus version, which I believe they're using a 9CR and 10CR combination and doing the etch on there, and it's a very good looking job on there. And 9CR is a very good budget steel, but for me, I'd rather pay a little bit less and get the 14C28N and the micarta and or G10. I'm hoping that they release this with some more blade material options. With some more handle material options. I really like the blade, but I think it'd be fun to have a couple different options outside of just micarta and G10. That's kind of Civivi's go-to, and you can get that on their Syncut lineup. So I'd like to see some more interesting stuff, some camo carbon, some fat carbon, some Damascus, the G10 Damascus variants, you know what I'm talking about, that have the mix up there, not just always micarta and G10. I think that'd be kind of fun to mix it up. But anyway, this knife has excellent ergonomics, very, very comfortable, a great size for everyday carry. It fits in the hand very nicely. It has that spear point, drop point blade shape to it, very thin and slicey. It has a nice access to that liner lock. Very smooth action. The blade's lightweight, so it's not going to fall shut, not guillotine. Not that's what you usually see from Civivi and WE. They don't really have a lot of guillotine knives. Their actions are just smooth. Thumb stud deployment is very snappy. Reverse fingers on the thumb stud, reversing it on the thumb stud, really good as well. And the front flipper works really good. I just really like this knife. It's very well made. It's very comfortable in hand. It goes in and out of the pocket very nicely with the reversible deep carry pocket clip. And I liked the look of that burlap micarta, the green with the brown fibers in there. But I did go ahead and sand that down with a little wet sand 1000 grit. And it just feels really good. Now it's super slick feeling, but tacky. So it's not slipping in the hand, but it feels very, very comfortable. That was what was in the pocket on Monday. On Tuesday, I went with Titanium Tuesday carry, and I brought the Quiet Carry 9 out. This one here, one of my favorite releases of 2023. So we're kicking it off very strong this week, as you can see. Nice flat grind on here, beautiful big belly clip point. Titanium with texturing. You have micarta inlays here. You have micro texturing here on the back side as well, all throughout the handle, along with the back spine here that has it very proud. Good stonewash. Super comfortable ergonomically. This is not a huge knife. It is just a 4-finger grip, but it's super, super comfortable. I do fall off the back a little bit if I go in the guard, and it is a very snug fit in the guard, but I tend to use it with the hands kind of dividing that space up, choking up all the way up to the edge there. Came with a good edge from the factory. It wasn't great, so I did just sharpen it up a little bit. I didn't really lay it back much more. I just sharpened it up, and it's really good now. It could have just been mine as well. I threw some skiffs in here, and it does have fairly snappy action. I don't remember if I tuned the detent on this one up, but it feels snappy. But I would say the Sikoki actually feels a little bit snappier with the thumb stud action, but it's not bad. It is very smooth, and this one here is probably as fall shut as it's going to get. I don't see this breaking in too much more, as much as I've handled it, carried it, and how long I've had this particular knife. But great knife, and sentimental to me because it is a gift from the wife. She did actually give me money towards purchasing that knife, which I'm very grateful for. Very happy. So I now have the bug out, and I have the 9 that remind me of my wife every time I carry and use it. On Wednesday, I had the Smock from Spyderco in the pocket. Been a little while since I had the Jungle Wear Fat Carbon Smock in the hand, M4 with that beautiful Nitro V. It is an M4 blade, but it's diamond nitrate, I believe they call it, as far as the coating, which it looks like it's a see-through transparent black coating. Looks really good on there. Love these scales. These were done by Carbodize over on Instagram. Got rid of the speed holes and the lanyard hole, and then the Lynch Northwest deep carry clip in the pivot. I have the skiffs, and the action on this one, I just left the second detent ball in there. I know it doesn't fall shut. It's very controlled, but I like that snappy action that second detent ball provides for this knife. So one of my favorite, and it's just a very comfortable knife to hold. Nice chunky scale, so it feels pretty good in the hands, even though it's more slender in profile. And then it's got a really good hollow grind, very slicey knife. The M4, I think I've had this knife, I don't even know how long, and I just this week actually needed to strap up that M4. That's how long that M4 has held an edge. That's crazy impressive. On Thursday, got that Demko AD 20.5. This one here is the 3V variant that has the BGM regrind on the clip point, and he threw a little swedge out on the tip there as well. I think it made it look even better, but it is so slicey now. These are the original goat scales. I did anodize these myself. I really like the way that fade came out on that one. I wanted it a little bit more towards the middle, but I really just love how the blues hit sometimes in the light, and then the green looks really washed out. I just love that contrast. And then I did strip this and re-anodize the pocket clip to match the backspacer on here, and I do have the skiffs in the pivot. And the actions on the Demko AD 20.5s are really good anyway, but the skiffs just make it really glassy, really smooth, so you're not feeling any type of feedback whatsoever. Not that you were with the factory bearings, but they were steel. These are ceramic, so a little bit of peace of mind against corrosion. But I have the 3V blade on there, which is not super corrosive resistant, right? It's a tough steel, holds a really good edge, but not super corrosive resistant. But I mean, I can't really complain. It's doing really well. I got it back from the regrind, and I think, was it this one? Can't remember if it was this one or if it was I think this one I stropped, I think, and then I think I laid the edge back on this one. Gosh, I can't remember now. But anyway, love these knives. Still my favorite to carry. I was very disappointed when I heard that Transparent Knives, Brian over there, said he had an issue with some warranty work on the claim that he put in with Demko. So I'm kind of disappointed to hear that. While I've not had any issues with the 4 that I have owned, I still would like to hear that they are backing up their product, right? And I know this is made at Taiwan, but I just think there should be zero tolerance when it comes to blade play. If I started to notice a little bit of development on my K320. I mean, like a hint of Lock Rock, and I plan to reach out next week to Hogue, and they've always taken care of me in the past. So, you know, I would like to see that it's remedied, and that there is never any type of blade play going on with them. If that ever happened to me, I think I'd probably change how I feel about the knives. But as of right now, I've had no issues. Absolutely love them. I'm so happy that they have such a strong aftermarket support. And hopefully it was just a misstep and that doesn't happen in future. Moving it along though, Friday, I had that Spyderco Smock in the pocket. I was missing the Spydercos a lot. I love these knives, and because I try to rotate through things to review for the channel, I don't really get a lot of time with these in the pocket. And I really love the RGT or Rips Garage Gear scales, the skinny scales on here with the micro milling on it. And then I bought the Meton Boss backspacer, which by the way was a little too long. It came all the way out here. You see how my liner lock comes over, or compression lock bar comes over, it was actually squishing that and it wouldn't letting it fully engage. So I had to saw it off, and then I had to kind of round off the edge here so it wasn't sharp. But I do like the way the backspacer looks, even though I did have to mod it. And then I have the compression made easy from OCD for EDC. I really like those because it allows you to use that left-handed really easily. Now I do have a little bit of tune-up that I need to do on this particular one. As you can see, it's not really dropping shut, but it's very tricky with a washer knife to find balance between no blade play and smooth enough action to where you can close it. So if I'm aggressive and I'm kind of hitting it quickly, not super hard, but throwing it a little bit with some wrist in it, I can get it to close. Otherwise, it's just going to fall about halfway, and then I'm going to close it. I don't like a lot of play in my knives, so I sacrifice a little bit of action to get rid of all the play. And I think that's kind of where I'm at with this one. But it's still one of my favorites, super comfortable. The skinny scales on a smock to me just completely transform it and make it very comfortable. And I like to use it with the forward finger choil all the time. So I really have a ton of space off the back that I don't end up using, but it's kind of nice because these type of pocket clips end up not affecting the ergonomics on it. Very tall flat grind on here. I still have the factory edge on this M4, I believe. I don't think I've had to strop this one yet. So that M4 blade steel, man, it is crazy how long that has held up on the two knives that I have that have the M4. Not to say that other steels don't, but I can definitely say like the 3V, for sure I had to strop up. I don't think I've had too many 20CV or M390 blades that I've had to strap up, but definitely some of the others. And I really can't think of any as I'm trying to look at the case because I have a lot of 20CV and M390s. Oh, S35VN. Yeah, the S35VN. I've had to strap that up on the Roxy 3 a couple times. I don't lay the edge back on this one because this is not really like a hard use knife for me. It's definitely more EDC. I carry it and I use it when I have it on me, but I'm grabbing other knives out of the, I'm actually grabbing that Smock Shaman more often than other knives to break down a lot of boxes. And I'll also grab the S30V variant here of the K320, which doesn't really look like it. You can see a little bit of the wear on there, but the coating on these hold up really well. But this is, I mean, it is so minimal. I don't even know if it's worth reaching out because I'm like wrenching on it and I can barely feel any movement, but I can feel, it almost feels like it's slipping a little bit. And I'm wondering, no, it's not coated, so I'm not quite sure, but great knife. And another one that I'll go and grab because I love the S30V on this one. This one, the coating has not held up has not held up well on, but I've had to strap this one a couple of times when I use that one to break down boxes. But anyway, I've kind of gotten sidetracked here. These are the knives that I carried for the week. Really enjoying these. I'm going to be getting some new stuff in here in the next couple of weeks to get in for review. I kind of am running out of stuff new here because it's come down to a slow pace. So I'm looking around and exploring now to see what I have not gotten a chance to look at. I think I've gotten a couple of different knives from Migron in, and really excited for those to be coming to you. But let me know what you've been carrying and enjoying here lately. Really love to hear that stuff from you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for tuning in. Shout out to everyone out there that likes, subscribes, and comments. I appreciate the love and support. I hope all of you have a fantastic week. And until next time, peace.